Hey everyone, welcome to Violet's Dream Tarot. Thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed so far. We just hit 1,000 subscribers, we've gone over that now, and I'm really so happy and excited that we've got this far. It's only been just over 2 months and I can't believe that the channel has grown so quickly, and I'm just so grateful to all of you who leave me lovely comments and who share and like my videos, and everyone who's subscribed. Thank you so much. And even if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, just thank you for choosing my video to answer your question, and to thank you for being on this journey with me. Thank you. Honestly, it's so lovely to feel that people are enjoying what I put out there. So today is going to be my first video about careers. I've done quite a few videos about predictions and quite a few videos about love, because I know that's a big topic for most people, but this is my first video about career, specifically about career. So it's going to be, should you change careers, or are you already on the right path that you need to be on right now career-wise? So it'll be interesting to see if this is something that a lot of you are asking yourselves, and I can do more career videos as well if that's something that people want. For the time being, I've just been focusing on relationship readings, but I can put in more career and finance videos as well if people enjoy that. And thank you everyone who's supporting me on Patreon. It's really lovely that I'm getting that support from you. If you want to be a patron and help me to buy new decks and new props for the channel, new dice, new charms, etc., then do head over to my Patreon page. The link is in the description box below. There are lots of cool rewards over there for being a patron, such as exclusive pick a card videos, a monthly giveaway where you're entered into a prize draw to win a reading with me. If you're in the top tier, you get a reading with me each month anyway. There are just loads of other cool things, so please do check that out if you're not busy. And also, if you want to book a private reading with me, the link to my Etsy page is in the description box as well. There's lots of listings on there. You can just book one and I'll get on with your reading. And if people want me to offer the dice on my Etsy page as well, because you can get a video that's just tarot or just charms or both. But if people want me to add dice as an option on there as well, then let me know. I could do that if there's some demand for that. And yeah, if you want to donate to the channel but don't want to be a patron, that's really lovely as well. There's a link to my PayPal in the description box, and if you want to leave a message with your donation to say whether you want it to be used, money to be put towards a deck or dice or whatever, just let me know. Or if you don't really mind, just let me know as well. Thank you so much for everyone who is helping me out. It really means a lot to me. So let's get into the reading now. We've got 3 piles here today, and I'm using 3 of my dice decks. I have 4, but I thought like 3 was enough for today, I felt. So pile 1 has the fantasy story cubes. Pile 2 has the original story cubes. And pile 3 has the Looney Tunes story cubes, if you're a Looney Tunes fan. And possibly in the future, with donations and patron money, I can get Scooby-Doo story cubes and the Adventure Time story cubes as well. And there are also a few others that are like science things and like dinosaurs and things. So possibly we can look at that in the future if these are popular. So pause the video if you need to and take as much time as you need to choose whichever pile is calling your name. Don't go by whichever dice you like the look of the best. Just go by which one is intuitively calling you. So we can take a deep breath in together. Breathe in and out. And just drop down into your body and feel whichever pile or dice is really kind of pulling you from your gut. And that's going to be your reading. Just ask yourself, should I change careers? And I'm going to get on with pile number 1. Hey there everyone who picked pile number 1. If you felt drawn to the fantasy story cubes, then this is your reading. I'll just put those there for now. So we'll take a look at your tarot cards and then your oracle cards, and then we'll do your charms and your dice. So lots to get through here today. So we're asking, should you change careers? So let's see what the cards say for you. You've got 3 of fire, 10 of fire, Knight of fire, so lots of fire energy coming through, maybe you're a fire sign, and 3 of air. Okay, so you've got 2 3s as well. So 3 of fire, this makes me think of travel. So like you're possibly thinking of relocating, maybe not abroad, although for some of you this may be that you're considering moving abroad to just start a new life completely, or to follow a particular career path, or to join maybe an international company. Maybe you're going to be working in you're thinking of working for an international company, or you're just thinking of working for a particular company whose offices are abroad. Or you're just considering moving to a different part of town or a different city for work. And this says make long-term plans. So I'm feeling like this could be a positive thing for you. With 10 of fire, this says that right now you're under a lot of stress work-wise. I feel like you're possibly doing quite long hours, or your job is pretty high stress, high pressure, lots of responsibility. Maybe there are very strict deadlines and you need to get a lot done in a very short period of time. Maybe there are arguments with your co-workers, or some people just aren't pulling their weight, and that really makes it difficult to work in that environment because other people are having to put in so much more work just to get what needs to be done by the end of the deadline. And this is contributing to like a lot of stress and anxiety, and just feeling like you can't relax, feeling like work is pretty much always on your mind. So that's kind of what I'm seeing from your relationship to your work right now. And you've got Knight of Fire, which can also be about business travel. So that's interesting. I do think a lot of you are planning on moving somewhere, or possibly having a job that involves you traveling a lot. So maybe a couple of days every week, or like maybe every once or twice a month. Like you might have to go to another country or another city to work, and that's why you're maybe wondering whether that would be a good change for you or not. Or this is a job with a long commute that you're thinking of, so you're going to be living quite far away from your workplace because either you don't want to move or you can't afford to live in the new area, and so that sense of travel is kind of affecting your decision. And for some of you, this might be a job offer you already have, or where the deadline for applications is coming up soon, because it says a sudden event that needs immediate attention. So you need to think through your decisions carefully. Please don't rush whatever decision you make in this situation. Obviously, we're going to get a lot more information still in your reading, but this is just warning you about making rash decisions, because the Knight of Fire, he just kind of jumps in because he's really excited to get things done. He's got a lot of enthusiasm and passion, but then because he's just rushed in without thinking through the consequences or making a particular plan, he often just fizzles out. He loses interest, or he loses energy, or things don't work out very well because he hasn't made that firm plan, and he doesn't get the job done. Because it says here, make long-term plans. So have a plan in your mind. And 3 of air, this is about really having a difficult time. It's about sadness. It can be about heartbreak. Maybe you're wanting to move away from an area or a company that has particular negative memories for you. Maybe things are really bad at work, or you had a relationship with someone at work and you just want to get away from all of that now that it's over. You don't want to be reminded of them or have to continue speaking to them. I'm just feeling in general like the environment in your workplace just isn't good for you. Like maybe it's toxic, or maybe it just doesn't gel with your personality and maybe your moral code. So let's see what your oracle cards say. You've got a fairy tale oracle card, and that says the Rose Elf Revelations. So this is interesting. Maybe there's a secret that you've been keeping about, I don't know, I'm feeling like maybe you'll become some kind of whistleblower at work. Maybe there's some shady practices going on that you want to make public. You want people to know that this place is not a good place to work at, or that they're avoiding tax, or there's some corruption, embezzlement going on maybe, or bullying of people by senior colleagues. There's something that you want to tell others about, or this is maybe just you want to leave and then tell the people at your work just what you think of them. Like, you want to say, I really hated working here, you're all really toxic people, you made me feel bullied, blah blah blah. There's something that you want to say, and that's coming with revelations. You want to speak your truth in some way. So let's look at your Les Vampires oracle card. Whoa, you've got witness, to know personal evidence, to speak out. This is crazy. So you want to speak out about something. Personal evidence and witness makes me think maybe it is something legal, like you want to whistleblow something about your company. Maybe you know something illegal or shady that's gone on in your workplace. But this is also about speaking your personal truth. And both of these cards are number 29. So if that has a meaning for you, maybe someone's age or birthday or a particular date, it also boils down to 11, which is strength, being in your power. Wow. It's something you want to speak out about. Maybe you just want to do a job that is in line with your truth, rather than doing something that just pays the bills. So you've got 3 Sacred Traveler oracle cards. You've got Journey by Moonlight, believe in magic. So this is saying believe that things can work out, believe that positive things can happen to you. Wow, wondrous universe, walk in beauty. This also, because this says journey by moonlight, and this is wondrous universe, like these planets, I am feeling a very strong travel energy here. Like you really want to get away from something and start afresh somewhere else. Whoa, great adventure, take a risk, venture forward. This is journeying. There is some real feeling of travel here. So yeah, take a risk, venture forward. And the Knight of Fire, he takes risks as well. He's a bit of a gambler. He kind of doesn't think through the consequences though. So don't be like him. This card is making me think, where it's saying make long-term plans, I'm thinking it's saying have a contingency plan. So make plans about what you'll do in the best case scenario, in the worst case scenario, etc. Think through all of the risks, make a list of pros and cons, make a list of things that could possibly go wrong and what you would do in that instance. Maybe make sure you have certain money saved up as like a safety net. And your Moonology card is the answers you need are coming, full moon in Gemini. So you could be a Gemini, sun, moon, rising, or Jupiter sign, because this is about work. If you don't know anything apart from your sun sign, you can go to cafeastrology.com, I think it's called that, and you can put in your date of birth and your time of birth, place of birth, and that will give you your birth chart with things like your Jupiter sign, rising sign, etc. This is, again, it's kind of feeling like these two things, like there's some kind of communication that's going to happen, some kind of truth that's going to be revealed. Maybe you're waiting to hear back from a company, so maybe you've applied to work somewhere and you're waiting to hear what they're going to say. Or maybe you're waiting to hear back if you have submitted some kind of complaint against someone. Maybe you're waiting to hear how that's working out. Maybe there's some kind of tribunal thing going on, like some unfair dismissal or something. Because this is what this could be. You may have lost your job and you're feeling like it's really unfair how it's happened. and you're kind of wondering, should I go back into the same industry or try and get a job again at the same company? Or if they offer me my old job back, should I go? Or should I try something completely new? And the answers you need are coming. Feels like you're waiting on some kind of message. And this could be like a psychic, spiritual download, or it could be a physical message from someone or from a company. So just know that you are going to receive the truth that you need to hear. And your Antworten der Engel Oracle card is Denke nochmal darüber nach. So think about it again. So when you receive the information, really think about whether it's the right thing for you. Like I said, this is something you need to think through and make sure that you have everything planned out. The universe really wants you to ensure that you have got everything thought through so that you're not going to slip up. You're not going to worry if something doesn't happen in the right deadline, or if a certain thing goes not the way that you've planned it. Spirit wants you to make sure that you've really thought things through and that you've got your contingency plans in order. So really plan, really write things down. Make sure that you've thought through every eventuality, every possibility. And that's going to be all okay for you. So for those of you who are a fan of my little gnomes here, we've got Tarot of the Gnome cards. So they can come in and give you some messages about your question. So we'll see what they've got to say to you. You've got Deviatka Bulov, Nakazanya. So this is the 9 of Wands. You've got a lot of wands energy here because fire is wands. And Nakazanya, it has two meanings. It can mean like punishment or like correction. You know how if you're judging someone in like a legal sense and you're punishing them in that way, it's because you want to correct their behavior. So you see this gnome here. He's putting a bandage on. He's fallen over. He's kind of possibly been hit with this big wand by someone, and he's just patching himself up basically. And it says that there is no problem for which there isn't a solution. So you will find your solution in this situation. And it's also saying again about contingency plans. Make sure that you will be able to patch yourself up if things don't all go in the best possible scenario. You've also got Imperator, and this is the Emperor. And the Emperor here is called Dietlov. That's his name. And this is about strength coming from the mind. So again, thinking things through and making sure that you're following logic. And then you've also got, Imperatrica. So you've got the Emperor and the Empress together. That doesn't happen very often. And she's called Jimla. And this is about strength coming from the heart. So this is interesting. You've got head and heart. And to me, it's feeling like they're of equal importance because they're both here. So it's saying, make sure that you've thought things through logically and that you're not just following a pipe dream or a fantasy of what you think this other life, maybe in another country, will be like. Make sure that you're not kind of romanticizing it and seeing it through rose-tinted glasses, but at the same time, follow what your heart is telling you to do. And if your heart is telling you to take up that opportunity and try something new, then follow that, but do ensure that you've got all of the practical solutions in place. Make sure you've got insurance, make sure you've got a solid place to live, etc. Maybe make sure your flights are refundable or you've got insurance that covers that. Those kinds of things. You've got some money saved up so that if you can't start straight away at your new workplace, or if you don't like it, you have to leave or come back for a while, or just not be in work while you look for something else, make sure you've got the money to do that. So this is your Savieti Lososya, which is advice from a salmon, Russian card. It says v glubinie, and this means in the deep. So you see there's like, this is the surface of the water, and then this is all of the things that's happening underneath. And it's 8 of crosses. If that means anything to you, take that on board, because this deck doesn't come with a guidebook, so you have to do it all intuitively. So there are little houses here. So again, it's making me think of you wanting to build this new life. There's a feeling of kind of construction here to me, because it's kind of all been built up under the water, and it feels like a lot of things for you are, you've pushed things down for too long. You've stifled your truth, you've stifled what you really want for too long, and this is all bubbling up underneath the surface, and you need to come out and speak your truth, because there's a lot about that here in the reading so far. But I also feel like this is saying, whatever this new opportunity is, or this thing that you're thinking of, like changing career paths, it's something you've wanted for a long time. It's something you've been building up for a long time. And I feel like this is saying, if you don't give it a try now, then it'll come to the surface anyway. Like, these are just gonna, whatever industrious little people are living under this water, they're gonna keep building these towers until they come out above the surface. So whether you take this opportunity now or not, it's something that's always going to be an issue for you, and eventually it's going to come to the surface. You've also got a Whispering Woods card. Idle hours. Take some time out to lie on the emerald grass. So again, thinking through your options in a kind of no pressure environment. Try and imagine yourself not being in your current job. Try and take your mindset away from the issues with your current employment and really think things through, and also just relax. And your last card is this Angel Scare Klíče card that means angel keys, and I picked these up when I was in Prague. And this is really nice. This says "Jsi svobodný," you are free. And it's got this lovely angel in this hot air balloon, and I love hot air balloons. They kind of epitomize freedom and coziness for me. They're just so sweet, and they fill me with so much hope. So for me, this is saying you're free, and again, this is about travel, and it's saying you can guide this hot air balloon to wherever you want to take it. Wherever you want it to take you, you can go there. You're free to make your decision. So let's pull some charms for you now. So if you're wearing headphones, maybe turn the volume down now. So we're asking, should you change career paths? Pile number 1. Okay. So you've got best friend here. So maybe talking to your friends will help you to make up your mind. It may also be that a friend of yours can offer you some kind of connection, like maybe they can get you into the job that you want to get into. Or if you're moving to a new country, there may be a friend of yours who knows someone who can help you find somewhere to live, that kind of thing. There's also the wrench, which is about fixing things. Stability and growth with this tree. You've got good luck here, so that's positive. Yeah, this is what I felt with the Ten of Fire, that you just really have a lot of things going on at once. This octopus is like juggling lots of different things. And the helmet is about going through a difficult time. But you're being protected by angels in your situation, so that's lovely to know. And you have this gear that my friend gave to me a couple of weeks ago, and this means, to me, if you've watched the film Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, it's like the entrance to the Chamber of Secrets. It's got like the circular door with these snakes all around it, these metal snakes. And to me, it's saying like you've opened this thing, like you've opened this chamber of horrors, and a lot of fear has come out of it. It's like Pandora's box, or a lot of difficult things that you've got to deal with, but they need to be dealt with. You can't keep this monster buried under the castle for any longer. And it's like this card, Glubinje, like these things are under the water, they're under the surface, and you need to deal with them. So as much as it may be horrible to have to deal with all of the upheaval, the fear, the terror, all of this kind of things that it's bringing up, maybe also things from the past are being thrown back up, but it needs to be dealt with. That's what this charm means. You've also got the swallow, which is about someone or something returning to you. And it's about migration as well, because swallows migrate. So again, I'm feeling very strong travel here. You've got Q as an initial, and you've also got S and K. So that could be a meaning for you as a first name, surname, company name, maybe country or town name. If you're thinking of moving somewhere, then that's like a confirmation for you. Or it could be the type of job that you want to have, like, I don't know. The only thing I can think of is shopkeeper. Whenever I have to come up with words like this, it's so stressful. Like when you're on the phone and you've completely forgotten the NATO alphabet, so you're trying to spell out your name or your postcode or your email address, and you're like, oh yeah, G for gnome. Like, it's completely stressful. Or you're like, S for shopkeeper, or like G for grasshopper. You come up with such weird words, like completely not helpful, completely not the first thing that would come to anyone else's mind. And that's just what happens to me when I get these initials. I'm like, oh, I don't know what to say. So you're probably not considering moving abroad to be a shopkeeper, but maybe you are, I don't know. You've also got the horse here. So the horse spirit, it's a racehorse, and this charm is about wanting to get through things very quickly. Like you want to race to the finish, and that's what the Knight of Fire is about. You just want to get in there and give it a go and just succeed. This feeling of just being raring to go. You've also got the olive branch. So combined with the swallow and with all of this talk about communication and the best friend, it feels like you're going to be reaching out to someone, or maybe someone's going to be reaching out to you, and that's going to help you. There's also the key here, the solution. So it's something to do with communication, definitely. And the explosion, which is sadly broken since I moved to Russia, it got broken in transit, which is very sad. Maybe I can fix it somehow. But this is about something happening very quickly, very suddenly. And like I said, the Knight of Fire is also this something happening suddenly and you needing to really think it through. You've also got the sunflower, and this is like the sun cards. This is good luck, fortune, happiness, confidence, really believing in yourself, and also finding truth. Again, that word truth. So that's a very positive sign. There's another good luck charm here with the ladybird, and peace with the dove. And you've got the pig of abundance. So all of these wonderful little charms are coming out. And you might want to look up some of these animal spirits, like as a spirit animal or totem animal. You might want to look up what they mean, if any of them in particular are kind of calling out to you. You've also got the little girl here. So you could be a feminine, and that's saying that you're walking in beauty. It's also about possibly, if you have children, making sure you do what's best for them. And it can also talk about the inner child. So like I said, I feel like for some of you, this is something you've always wanted to do. It's been your dream for a long time, but you've not dared to do it, or you've not had the opportunity to do it. And now it's kind of encouraging you to pursue that. And you've got the skull and crossbones, and this is about toxic people. Can stand for danger as well. To me, it's just kind of like you're taking a risk here, and I really feel like the situation with your current work has got quite toxic. We've also got beauty here, this little flower. Like speaking your truth is a beautiful thing to do. You've got healing with this starfish, because they grow back the limbs that they lose. Have hope with this candle, which is really beautiful. And you have a divine masculine here with the stag. It can also mean fertility, and I guess springtime as well. That kind of male sexual energy. Oh, wow, I didn't see this. You've got a passport. There is such strong travel feeling here for you. Really, really strong. Like, I don't think I've ever felt travel this strongly before from a reading. You've got infinity. So I feel like maybe you feel you're just going round and round in a situation at your current work, or this is something, like I said, that you've really, really wanted since forever. And you're very attached to something here, or someone. Maybe you don't want to leave someone. There's also, oh, I've dropped it, generous. So maybe you've got a generous offer from a company and you're worried that maybe it's too good to be true, or you really want to try it, but you're still worried about other things. And this is also Leo. And we've got very strong fire sign in general here. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So that could be your sign. And you've also got taking things slowly with the turtle. So like I said, make sure that you've thought through everything and that you're not just jumping in unprepared. So let's do your dice now, group number 1. So you've got the fantasy story cubes. So I'm going to roll this d10 to see how many of these dice to roll for you, because there's 9 here. So how many of these story cubes am I rolling for group number 1? Okay, it says 3. So I'm going to pick all of them into my hand and then let 6 of them just fall naturally back into the box. Okay, that was very easy. So I've got 3 left. So pile number 1, should you change your career? Oh. Okay. So you've got this kind of flute thing, and this makes me think of like the Pied Piper. Feel like possibly someone is encouraging you to go somewhere, or you feel like you're being led because of what someone is saying to you, and you're worried that you're being deceived, or you're worried that someone is kind of giving you all of the good points of a situation, but they're not really telling you what the drawbacks are. So this is just saying there's definitely communication with someone going on here, but like maybe don't believe everything they say. Make sure that you've got your logical brain engaged and that you are also doing your research. So if a company is telling you something about the area that you're going to be living in, make sure that you do your research as well to see if it matches up. You know, you can use Google Earth to look at the area. You can Google what kind of the crime rate is like, for example. You can Google the cost of living in that place and compare it to the place you currently live in. All of this information is available to you. So don't just listen to what other people are saying. Make sure that you're fully informed. There's also the little cabin here. So this makes me think of like a new home. It also makes me think of taking shelter somewhere cozy. So I think you will find a nice place that you feel comfortable and at home in. So that's very positive. And then you've got this, I guess I would call him an ogre. He doesn't really seem like a troll to me. He's more of an ogre. So making me think of Shrek. But he doesn't look like Shrek. It's like someone who doesn't want you to leave, or someone who doesn't want you to have this new opportunity, who's going to try and like bash you down with this big club that he's got. Someone is going to try and stop you going, I feel. Maybe they're going to guilt trip you, or maybe they're just going to make things really difficult for you admin-wise to leave. There's someone here who's just not got your best interests at heart, and it may be because they really care about you and they don't want you to leave because they enjoy spending time with you, or it may be that they're just really jealous of you and they don't want to see you succeeding somewhere else. So just be aware of that. Group number 1, but I'm feeling as long as you have really thought through all of the eventualities, all of the possibilities and your options, and you've got contingency plans in place, you're really, really, clever about that, then I'm saying go for it. Like, it seems that you will find a new home there, you will feel fulfilled in many ways. It's saying take this risk, venture forward. It'll be a new adventure for you. So this is a positive reading. It's just wanting to remind you to make sure that you've got everything under control and you're not just jumping in without thinking through the consequences or what would happen if this happened, etc. and making sure that you're fully informed about the place that you're going to be staying in and the company that you'll be working for. Make sure you've got all your contracts beforehand so you know how much you're going to be earning, how many hours they expect you to work, etc., etc. So I really hope this reading was helpful for you, group number 1. Please do let me know in the comments below if it resonated with you and if it's helped you. If you'd like to see more career and finance readings, also let me know. I can add some more to my list. And if you like this video, please give it a like. That really helps my channel. It helps me to see that people are enjoying the video. And please subscribe as well, so you don't miss out on any videos that I post in the future. If you know a friend who's also in a similar situation, then why not share the video with them? And also, if you want to book a private reading, then my Etsy page is in the description box below. And if you want to have access to exclusive content and support the channel, then Patreon page is also there. Or if you want to leave a tip for this reading, small donation, do head over to the PayPal link that's there as well. And have a lovely day, pile number 1. I'm so pleased that you joined me for this reading, and I'll see you in another video. Bye bye. Hey pile 2, if you felt drawn to the original story cubes, then this is the reading for you. So we're going to find out whether you should change career paths or not. Sorry, I've just knocked the camera. And we're going to be looking at your tarot cards, then your oracle cards, then we'll do your charms, and then your dice. So we've got a lot to get through here today. So, should you change career paths? You've got 7 of air, 4 of earth, Knight of earth, and the Lovers. Okay. So you could be a Gemini because the Lovers is Gemini energy, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Jupiter sign. So if you don't know your Jupiter sign or things like your rising sign, then you can go to cafeastrology.com and put in your place, date, and time of birth, and that will tell you things like your Jupiter sign. And I'm mentioning Jupiter sign because this is a career reading. So what I see here with the 7 of air, this is about deception in some way, like someone is keeping something from you. So maybe your workplace currently is being a bit dishonest. Maybe they're expecting you to do things that aren't in your job description, or maybe they're not paying you properly, or they're not paying you on time. Maybe they're lying about something to do with like tax evasion or something like that. There's some dishonesty here. This card can also indicate theft. So there's possibly some issue with corruption, maybe embezzlement. Maybe someone's accused you of taking money from the place. There's this feeling of theft. Maybe you're just worried about losing money. I don't know. It feels like there's lies or secrecy, deception going on in some capacity. And 4 of earth, this does tell me that you're worried about money. 4 of earth is someone who wants to hold on to their money and not lose it. So maybe you're worried that if you change your career path, that you're going to lose out on some money in the transition period, or maybe the place or the particular type of job that you would prefer to do doesn't pay as much as your current job, and you're worried about how you would manage, how you would cope. This is like the feeling of you just kind of wanting to hold on to your coin at all costs. And obviously money, it gives us a lot of freedom and comfort and security, but you can't buy good mental health. You know, if you're doing something that you really hate doing, that might not be the best thing for you work-wise. The Knight of Earth is about playing the long game. It's about loyalty, honoring your commitments and sticking with things that you know you've got to do. So this is saying it might not be the right time right now to switch career paths. Maybe it's something for you in the future, but the Knight of Earth plays the long game. He doesn't rush. He gets everything that he wants to. He always accomplishes it, unlike the Knight of Fire, who just rushes in and can burn out or do something wrong and then not be able to finish what he's wanting to do because he just didn't think through the consequences. The Knight of Earth always accomplishes what it is that he wants. He just takes his time to do it, and he's very cautious and makes sure that he thinks through every possibility. and, like I said, plays the long game. And the Lovers, this is about making an important decision and really weighing what is right for you. It can suggest that maybe you're wanting to work in the place that or the field of work that your love interest or your partner works in. Maybe that your partner is kind of influencing you in some way or putting some pressure on you, maybe that you want to work with a very close friend, that kind of thing. And it's also about doing what's right for your health. But the Lovers, when it's not in a love reading, it indicates a big decision. So let's look at your oracle cards. You've got 3 fairy tale oracle cards. So you've got the day boy and the night girl, balance. So like I said, it's about weighing your options and it's about coming into balance. This is interesting. You've got the goose girl, theft. And like I said, this card can indicate theft. So there's something to do with deception, theft, dishonesty. You're worried about someone taking your money or you losing money somehow. Maybe someone taking your job. Maybe you're worried that if you try out something new and it doesn't work out for you, you're not going to be able to go back to your current job, or you're not going to be able to get back into your current field of work or your current company because it's too competitive and you worked really hard to get to this place. It's this feeling of having something taken from you. And you've also got the little match girl, choice. So choice is very important here. You have the decision to make, and obviously it's completely your decision, but I'm seeing that it's affecting you very strongly. This is really weighing heavily on your mind right now, whether this is the right thing for you to do or not. So your Le Vampire oracle card is hunter, aggressor, tracker, provider. So again, with this feeling, it feels like you're working in quite a high pressure environment. Maybe you're working in a pretty competitive job that it's hard to get into because maybe it pays a good wage. Maybe it's a very skilled line of work. And it's this feeling of competitiveness and kind of other people not having your best interests at heart, other people in a way almost wanting you to fail. And you need to make sure that you just work hard and succeed. This word provider here is also jumping out at me. So maybe you want to provide more for your family, or maybe if you've got a partner, you're not equal in terms of what you earn and you feel bad about that, so you want to contribute more, and that may be what this balance card is about. You want to be more equal in terms of what you're contributing to the household finances. You've also got unknown territory. You're exactly where you need to be. So this is interesting because unknown territory for me would be about being somewhere new, but you're exactly where you need to be. This to me is saying that you should stick with what you've already got, or you should at least stick with what you know. So maybe change companies, but don't change your career. If you work in like a corporate environment, say you do, I don't know, consultation for businesses, keep that job, but maybe just work in a different company. Like don't retrain and become a pilot or whatever it is that you're considering doing. It's kind of feeling to me that you're in the right place already. You just need to find your balance and look out for your own health and get away from toxic environments. Maybe your current place of work just isn't good for your mental health. You've also got 3 Moonology cards. So you've got step out of your comfort zone, North Node. Nothing will come of this situation. And a time to give rather than take. So, step out of your comfort zone. Normally to me that would say try something new, but the next card that came out was nothing will come of this situation. So it kind of makes me feel like if you take that leap and you try this new job opportunity, it'll backfire on you, or you won't enjoy it as much as you thought you would. This feeling of it just not being fruitful, it not being the right thing for you. Maybe it'll be the right thing further down the line, but right now with this Knight of Earth card, it's saying that for now it's not the right thing to do. A time to give rather than take. This is Virgo energy, so you could be a Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Jupiter sign. And this means, again, it's like this thing here, honor your commitments. Time to buckle down and get things done. So if you're in a contract, see it through. And also I think just keep doing what you're doing. Like, again, maybe change to a different company or a slightly different role, maybe one that's less pressure. But it's saying just keep doing what you're already doing. And your Antworten der Engel oracle card is Frage deine Engel, so ask your angels. This is interesting because this is saying that maybe if you go into meditation or prayer or before you go to sleep, you ask your angels to give you some kind of guidance or sign, then they'll be able to give you some help in your situation. So what you should do in your individual situation, how you can make things better for you, how you can make things easier for you. And then you have 3 Tarot of the Gnome cards for everyone who likes my lovely little gnomes. This is what they want to say to you about your situation. You've got Семерка монет, сокровище, so 7 of Pentacles, treasure. And again, it's like you wanting to protect your money, not let anyone else get your money. And to me, this card says that you're maybe focusing too much on money because this woman, she's biting the coin to make sure that it's real gold, but she's not thinking about what money means in a broader sense. Like, yes, it brings her security and all that kind of thing, but she's not seeing it for its true value. She's just seeing it as cold hard cash. So it's saying don't think about just money in this situation. You've also got Пятерка булав, Rost. So this is the 5 of Wands. So this is like feeling about disagreements and, again, competitiveness, competition in your current energy. And Rost means growth. So it's saying sort out this situation before it becomes too big for you to cope with it. Don't underestimate the problem. And then you've got Desyatka Bulav, Sora. So 10 of Wands, argument. So again, this feeling of competitiveness, this feeling of people only being out for their own interests and not wanting to cooperate. They want what will bring them more money or what will bring them credit within the company, and they're just fighting. It's really not a nice energy in the current place of work that you have. This may also mean that you're kind of fighting with your partner about this. So yeah, what I'm feeling from this is like work until your contract ends and then look for something different. If you can't stay in this toxic environment for much longer, then look for a different place to work, but not changing careers. So your advice from a salmon is planirui, so plan. And it's 9 of arrows, so if that means something to you, take that on board. Because this deck, it doesn't come with any guidebook. You've just got to do it all intuitively. So what you see here is there's this little bird sitting on this cliff or this kind of rocky edge of something, and this other bird is just flying away. He's built this little, looks like a remote control flying machine, and he's just like flying out into this horizon. It's quite dark, so he doesn't know what he's he can't really see very well where he's going, but he's planned for it, so he trusts his own guidance and where he thinks he's going. So this is saying start making plans now. Like I said, I feel like you're going to have to stay in your place of work for a little while longer, but make plans to change your role slightly or to maybe move to a different office, like maybe the same company but move offices, or just look for the same role within a different company, because it feels like you still need to honor your commitments to this place while you've got a contract signed, but you're kind of, it's not the right place for you to stay full time. So it's feeling like plan to get out, but you don't need to change your career or anything like that. And then you have a Whispering Woods card, and it says surprises. Under the most ordinary stone is an undisturbed garden. So this card makes me think that maybe you'll get a surprise offer from a different company. Or maybe if you deal with the current issues in your workplace, if you go and see your manager or your boss or something and you talk to them, you might be surprised by how understanding they are or by the solution that they come up with. So don't write things off based on what you think will happen. Give things a try. And you've got this Angielska Klíče Angel Key card from Prague. And it says, Buď soucitný, be compassionate. So you see these two angels are talking to each other, and there's this little line that's connecting their hearts energetically, saying talk to someone and be compassionate. There's this feeling of the Lovers as well. There's someone who's very true and not toxic, who is there for you, who you will be able to talk things through with, and they will be able to help you come up with a solution. So don't think that just dealing with this on your own is the right thing to do, because sometimes it can be really good to open up to other people. So let's do your charms now, group number 2. So if you're wearing headphones, then turn down the volume now. And we're going to ask whether you should change career paths. I'm feeling like the answer is no, you shouldn't change your career, but maybe look for a different place. But the charms will give us some more information, and then we'll roll your dice. So group number 2, should you change careers? Okay. So we'll see what you've got. You've got a worry doll here and a part that came off one of my other worry dolls. So there's some strong worry here about what's going to happen in the future. You've also got Father Christmas, so this can be about winter or Christmas time having an impact on your situation. There's also love and relationships. So again, I feel like there's someone who's having an influence on you. Maybe someone who's telling you to move jobs or, look for something that's closer to them, something like that. Someone's having an influence on you. You've also got the pirate ship, and this can stand for illegal activity, like kind of shady activity. And like I said, there's some kind of issue here. There's something that's not, seems to be something with the 7 of air and the theft card that's either to do with like actual theft, embezzlement, corruption, that kind of thing, or tax avoidance maybe, or just something that's not fully above board. And this is also about travel and adventures. So maybe you're considering moving to a whole new area or a whole new country. You've also got blossoming with this flower, and interestingly it landed on the card that's called growth. So take from that what you will. There's also, this was good luck because it was kind of like that. So you've got some good luck in your situation. There's also princess here, and princess means making sure that you're treated right in a certain situation, making sure that people treat you with respect and with kindness. The helmet indicates that you're going through a difficult time. And the anchor is all about stability and security. And you've got the star, and what I love about the star is that it's about hope and faith. And it also says that you're on the right path. So it says here you're exactly where you need to be. And the star is saying that you're on the right path, and it also points to healing and recovery. The lobster claw says that you don't want to let go of something or someone. And you've got the paintbrush, so there's some kind of creativity here. So maybe what you want to do is more of a creative endeavor. Maybe you want to leave your 9 to 5 and try out doing whatever it is that you do creatively in a full-time sense. And what I'm feeling from the cards is that if that's something you've been considering, now's not the right time, because it wouldn't work out for you right now and you could get into some financial difficulty. So that's not to say that it won't happen in the future, but it's just saying right now that's not the right time. At the moment, you're where you need to be. You've also got the starfish, which is about healing, because they grow back the limbs that they lose. So there's some kind of healing going on. And you've got true love and just married. So there is a kind of feeling of love here. Like there's someone in your life who really means a lot to you, who's having an influence on this situation. You've got the flip-flop, and that's about relaxation, taking a holiday, just putting your feet up for a while. And the seahorse is about someone in a relationship or business partnership or creative partnership who puts in 50% of the work, so they do their fair share. You've got quite a few initials, so I'm feeling like quite a lot of people will pick this pile. So you've got P, O, A, G, I, and S. So P, O, A, G, I, and S. Maybe you can make a word from that. I don't know. If you can, then post it below. But this could be a first name or a surname of someone. It could be a company name, a place name, the name of a role, like a job role that you want to do. So like I said, I feel like a lot of people will pick this pile. You've also got W, and you can take this as an initial if you want to. But for me, this black W, because I don't have any other initials that are this color, this is an extra one that came special in like a mixed bag of charms. This for me is saying that you need to make a wish right now. So pause the video if you need to and just focus on this initial and make your wish. And then when you've made your wish, just let it go and just know that it's going to happen in the future when it's the right time. But this is telling you to make a wish. So you've also got beauty and blossoming with this little flower. And again with this flower, so there's a lot of feeling of like blossoming and of beauty as well. Oh my goodness, you've got another flower. Wow. And you've got a word here, enough. Okay, so you've had enough of your current situation is what I'm feeling. And then you've got this charm, and pile number 1 got this as well. So this is a gear that my friend gave to me a couple of weeks ago. And if you've watched the movie Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, it reminds me of the door, the entrance to the Chamber of Secrets, because it's like a circular door, and there's these metal snakes that are on the door. And this to me is saying like you've opened this chamber and there's like all sorts of fear and horror and maybe past issues, past traumas that are in there. So it's kind of like opening up a can of worms. You've opened this chamber, this Pandora's box with all of these negative things inside, but you needed to do that because you can't let this monster live under the castle any longer. You need to deal with it and sort it out. So it's right that you're going through this difficult time. You're where you need to be right now, even if, you know, it's unknown territory, you don't feel like you can deal with it, you're where you need to be. And you will overcome this. And you needed to open this chamber sooner rather than later. And then again, you've got the skull and crossbones. So this is like toxicity. Again, I really feel there are some toxic connections in your current place of work, or some, like I said, shady behavior. So let's look at your dice now, route number 2. So there are 9 dice in here. So I'm going to roll this d10 and see how many dice I'm going to roll for you, because I don't want to roll them all if they don't all have a special meaning for you. So how many of these dice should I be rolling for group number 2, please? 5. Okay. So I'll take them all into my hand and then I'll let 4 of them just fall back into the box. Okay, so got 5 dice here, so I'm going to say pile number 2, should you change your career? Okay, so you've got the Turtle, and this is about going slowly, going with the flow. So again, the Knight of Earth is saying play the long game, and this is just saying take your time. It's not the right time right now. Things will work out later. You've also got the Footprints. So this is like following in someone's footsteps. Can also possibly mean following people on social media or trying to be like another person in some way. Like you try and follow the steps that they took in their career to get to the place that they're at right now. You also have the Wheel. So this to me is like the Wheel of Fortune. And this is saying that your fortune will change. It's just waiting for the wheel to land on the right point. So all in divine timing is what I'm feeling. But right now it's not that time. And you've got the Shooting Star. So interestingly, because I made you make a wish here, it's saying that your wish will be granted. So that's very positive. And then you've got the Book. So maybe this is something to do with writing, like you want to be a writer. I said there may be something creative here, or to deal with like lots of documents. It could also be reading, like you need to do extra learning before you can take your next step. Can possibly also be about keeping a diary of sorts to see how you're progressing. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this group number 2. I hope this was helpful for you. What I'm feeling is stay where you are for now, maybe switch to a different company or a different office or slightly change your role, but don't change your career. There may be time for that in the future. There may be the time may come when it's the right time, but right now it's not that. You still need to do some things where you are right now on your career path. So I hope this was helpful for you and that it resonated with you. Please let me know in the comments below. And please like this video. That really helps my channel, lets me know that people are enjoying the video. If you know a friend in a similar situation, then do share the video with them, because they might get some answers and some truth from it as well. And don't hesitate to subscribe to my channel if you don't want to miss out whenever I post future videos. If you want me to do more videos about career and finance, then let me know in the comments section. I can certainly do that. And like I said, if any of you who book private readings with me would like me to use the dice, I can add that to my Etsy page as well as like an option for private readings. So if you want to book a private reading, the link to my Etsy page is in the description box, as are the links to my Patreon page if you want to support the channel and get rewards and exclusive content back and kind of build up a more personal relationship with me. Or if you want to leave me a tip or a small donation for this video to show your thanks, then do click on the PayPal link and you can put as much as you want in there, and that would be very much appreciated. So have a wonderful day, group number 2. Really take these messages on board to help you make your decisions in the upcoming months. And I'll see you in another video. It's been an honor to do your cards for you today. Bye bye. Hey everyone who picked pile number 3 with the Looney Tunes story cubes. This is your reading, so I'm just going to put these down here for now and we will do those a bit later. So we're going to look at your cards. First your tarot cards, then your oracle cards, then we'll do your charms and your dice. So lots to get through. And we're going to find out whether you should change career paths. So let's just jump right into it. So you've got 2 of air, Awakening, which is the Hanged Man. You've also got 8 of fire and the High Priestess. So there's a lot here about thinking and kind of patience or inaction, because 2 of air says that you're trying to come to a decision, that you're already really thinking about this. Like, it's not something that you're just kind of thinking, you've clicked on this video like, I wonder if I should change careers. Like, let's just see, it'll be a bit of fun. Like, I think this is something you've already been considering, and this card means that you've come to a kind of stalemate situation where your head and your heart are pulling you in 2 different directions. You don't know which one is right. So it's good that you clicked on this video. It's clearly fate that's brought you here. And this Awakening card is about taking time out to think things through and to find truth and to find a different perspective on a situation. Then 8 of fire, it can mean travel. So maybe you're considering moving quite far away, maybe to a different city or a different country, to pursue a different career. This also means things are happening very quickly. So things are manifesting while you're doing all of this thinking, and maybe you're worried that the opportunity is going to kind of sail away from you. And that's why you've come here. You've been guided here because you need to make a decision soon. And you're feeling kind of overwhelmed by the possibilities and the choices that you need to make. And the High Priestess, again, is about thinking. It's about patience. And it's also about really being connected to a higher source. So there's a sense of spirituality here with the High Priestess. She really listens to her guidance, and she's really connected to the divine in herself. She doesn't really listen to the opinions of other people. She's listening to what the divine is telling to her, what it's communicating to her. So she's very spiritual. So you've got a fairy tale oracle card here, and that is Cinderella magic. So this is interesting, because this is like the rags to riches tale, and it's saying that there's kind of magic at work in your situation. So maybe you're not earning very much money right now, and maybe you've got a talent or a job offer for something that will earn you more money, and that's going to be like your rags to riches story, a Cinderella story. But you're just scared to make a change. You're scared to move away from what you know into something that you don't know. And your Les Vampires oracle card is supernatural, inexplicable, miraculous, otherworldly. This is interesting. You've got magic and supernatural. And also it makes me think of the High Priestess, this feeling of like spirituality. So maybe you want to do something, a job that's connected to spirituality, like maybe you read tarot and you're wondering if you should start a business that's surrounding that, or some kind of psychic business. Maybe you want to sell crystals, something like that. You want to be a life coach, or maybe work as a missionary, something to do with religion. There's a feeling of an otherworldly connection here, something that goes beyond the physical. This is interesting. Maybe also it's that you're feeling it's impossible, like you're thinking this situation, this job that I'm thinking of doing, it's totally not going to work out. Or maybe it says here inexplicable, like maybe you just don't know why you feel so called to do this. Maybe it's something you've never done before, you've never had possibly any training for it, but you're just feeling called and guided to do it, and you don't know why. It's very interesting. So then you've got 2 Sacred Traveler oracle cards. You've got joy and delight. Open your heart to joy. So this is very nice. And you've got crossing bridges. It's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. So there may also be something to do with counseling or therapy here. Maybe you want to do a job that involves that. But it's saying here, you've got head and heart with the 2 of air, and I feel like this is saying follow your heart, because that's what's going to bring you happiness. And crossing bridges again makes me think that maybe you're moving countries or moving cities. Maybe you're going to be creating kind of cross-country or cross-regional links. And then you have a Moonology card. It's time to release negativity, full moon in Scorpio. So you could be a Scorpio, sun, moon, rising, or Jupiter sign, because it's a career reading, so Jupiter sign could be important. If you don't know what your rising sign or Jupiter sign, etc. is, then you can go to cafeastrology.com, I think that's what it's called, and put in your date of birth, place of birth, time of birth, and that will give you all of your signs, not just your sun sign. So yeah, you could be a Scorpio, sun, moon, rising, or Jupiter, but this is saying it's time to release negativity, and here is the word releasing also. So I feel like you're moving away from toxicity, you're moving away from fear as well. It's saying don't be afraid. but I'm feeling you're in a situation currently that's kind of negatively affecting your mental health, or maybe it's not giving you enough time to relax, or there are people around you who don't work well in a team. Maybe they're a bit bitchy or competitive, and there's just a bit of a negative atmosphere in your current place of work. So it's saying that you need to move away from negativity. And then your Antworten der Engel oracle cards are Erfolg, success. That's really nice. Success. And Fülle, abundance. Wow. So it's like this rags to riches tale. I feel like the thing that you're thinking of doing, the career change, could be very positive for you in a financial sense. Maybe that's not what you're expecting. And you've got 2 Tarot of the Gnome cards, because for everyone who loves my little gnomes, this is what they want to say to you about your situation. So you've got Четвёрка булав, Bespokojstvo, and this is the 4 of Wands. And it says here, tranquility, calmness, like not worrying. And you see she's just carefully stirring her pot, thinking about things, not really worried about anything. So this is saying, don't worry about your situation. You may need to continue what you're doing for a little bit longer, but in general, just don't worry about it. And then you've also got Diavol, the devil, and the devil here is called Xemel. And this is about deception. So don't be deceived by false promises or by fear, because the devil is all about negative thought patterns and negative behavioral patterns, those fears and anxieties that keep us trapped in certain negative cycles, keep us trapped in things that aren't good for us. And it's time to release negativity. So it's time to turn your back on this devil energy. But the devil is also Capricorn, so that could be your sun, moon, rising, or Jupiter sign as well. I love this. It's like such a cute gnome devil. I love it. And now your Sověti Lososya card, your advice from a salmon, is Vzrывай пространство. And this means like explode into space. And you see all of these, they're like little trees have popped up and they're just like taking up all of the space. And it's 5 of circles, so if that has a meaning for you, take that on board. This deck doesn't come with a guidebook. You have to do it all from your intuition, so take it if it has a meaning for you. And Vzrывай пространство, explode into space. So it's saying you're just going to expand. You're going to have your huge expansion if you make this change. You're really going to have this abundance and this success. It's just going to be so expansive for you. You're not going to be feeling constricted by this devil energy anymore. It's going to be very powerful and positive for you. And your Whispering Woods Oracle card is Renew. Nature continuously renews itself year after year. So there may be something you need to renew, maybe in terms of licensing or a certificate that you need to renew. Like maybe you need to take a certain test again to prove that you can do something in order to follow this, this career path. It's also saying there's like renewed something. So maybe renewed passion, renewed excitement, positive health coming back to you. And then you have 2 Angelské klíče cards, these angel keys, which I picked up in Prague. So this says Rozhodni se dnes, decide today. So you've got this angel here and he's got like a yes. What is that? What are we going to call that? I don't know why I want to say tog. He's got like a yes thing and a no thing, like these 2 indicators, and he's holding up yes, so maybe that's an indication that the answer is yes, you should change careers. But it's saying decide today, or like decide soon. Think through your decision and then make that decision. Come out of this stalemate situation and then things will start moving forward quickly for you. You'll have all of this positive energy. And it says požádej a bude ti dáno, so ask and you shall receive. and this angel is praying or asking someone for something, and he's going to get what he wants. So that's also very positive. Just ask for the right opportunity, or ask in meditation or prayer for the career that has these things for you. So for example, you might not want to name a certain career, but you might want to say, please help me to find a job that pays me a comfortable amount of money, where there's a good team and I can make new friends, and it's in a good area for me to live. There's opportunity for promotion, those kinds of things, because that keeps your energy very open. So let's look at your charms now, group number 3. So if you're wearing headphones, maybe turn down the volume now. And we're just going to ask again, should you change careers? So group number 3, should you change careers? Okay. Okay, so you've got fearless here. And I like that it landed on the decide today card, because it's like saying, have the bravery to just make your decision and then just go with it. Don't be held back by fear any longer in the stalemate phase, because that's not going to bring you any abundance. You're not going to have any benefit from doing that. That's just going to keep you halted for longer, and it's going to stop you from achieving what you need to achieve sooner. So you've also got 2019, so maybe this is something that's been on your mind since 2019. This is also about education, so maybe, like I said, you need to do some further education. You need to get some kind of certification or renew that in order to move forward with your situation. Or you may want to be going into like a teaching job or something to do with education, kind of helping others out in like an education way, a mentoring way. That's just a validation for you if that's something you're thinking of doing. You've also got the shield, which is about protection, protecting yourself. Also making me think insurance for some reason. So make sure you have insurance if that's something that you might need to get. You're worried about something. This came off one of my worry dolls. So there is worry here. This fire hydrant, no, not a fire hydrant, fire extinguisher is about putting an end to a crisis situation. It's about finally ending something that has made you panicky or that has been very difficult to deal with. Could also represent becoming a firefighter, maybe working with pyrotechnics, maybe. And you've got blessings, which is really positive. You're going to have blessings coming into your life. You've got I as an initial, and F, W, and G. So I, F, W, and G. So that could be a first name, a surname, a place name. It could be a company name or the name of a role that you want to have. For example, florist, I guess, or firefighter. Take what resonates with you. If one of those initials has a meaning for you. You've also got fear here with this shark. So fear and fearless, you need to overcome these fears. There's possibly a musical element here. Maybe you want to become a musician or do something with music. This is also just means joy, singing for joy. And you've got grace. Interesting, maybe that's your name. Or it's just saying you need to be gracious and graceful in the choices that you make and in how you go about things. You've also got the chair, which is about household and home. But it's also about being upright. So like really being truthful and being open and honest about what it is that you're doing. And I love this. You've got this shooting star on this success card. So something is really going to come true for you. Some wish is going to be granted for you. And it's just such a beautiful feeling, beautiful energy that we've got here. There's also Cancer. Oh, I've dropped that. So that could be your sign, sun, moon, rising, or Jupiter sign. Could be a Cancer. Maybe for some of you, you'll want to work with something that's to do with cancer, because I've just seen this word healing. So maybe you want to work in like a research lab, or as a consultant in like a medical sense, or counseling, that kind of thing, therapy. For some of you, that might have a meaning. You've also got the elephant. This is about clearing obstacles out of your way, learning from past mistakes, moving forward. And you've got the locked heart. So this is interesting. This is about keeping things a secret, and also like you're not allowing yourself to experience something. This locked heart. So maybe there's a particular obstacle that you need to overcome, and it might be this fear. That's why your heart is locked to this opportunity. You've also got the shamrock, and this is about good luck, but it also symbolizes Ireland. So there could be an Irish connection here, maybe someone with an Irish name or surname, or some connection to an Irish company maybe, or a company that has an Irish thing about their name, you know, some kind of connection there. Possibly I'm also thinking St. Patrick's Day might have a meaning for some of you. You have the footprints, so maybe you want to work with animals, like a vet, or I don't know, a pet sitter, something like that, something to do with animals. But this is also about following in someone's footsteps. Maybe you want to emulate someone else who's been very successful in a career that you'd like to try out. Maybe you want to follow the same steps that they took. It's also about following people on social media, so maybe following people who are in the similar kind of line of work that you're in, or expanding your contacts on LinkedIn. People who are in, you know, the line of work that you want to join. You've also got stability and security with this anchor, and you've got protection from negative energies and entities with this protective hand. So interesting that this has landed on the supernatural card, because I'm thinking you do have some kind of divine or otherworldly guidance and protection that is really helping you in this situation. It's really feeling like you're being called to do this thing. You've also got hockey sticks, which is about teamwork and cooperation with others. The muffin is about treating yourself, having a fun time and just doing something that's fun for you. And then you've got the baby boy. So maybe you want to work with children, or work in like a maternity hospital or that kind of thing. Like I said, it might be to do with teaching, working in a nursery, maybe childcare. But this is also about being childish. So maybe the fact that you're putting it off is something that's a bit childish. You just don't want to face the responsibility of making a big decision. This could also mean that you have children to consider in your situation, so you don't want to like uproot your children in case things don't work out the way you'd hope they would. And now let's do your dice. So you picked the Looney Tunes dice. So there are 9 dice in here. If I can open it. And I'm going to roll this d10 to see how many of these dice I'm rolling for you, because I don't want to roll them all in case they don't all have a message for you. So how many of these story cubes am I going to roll for pile number 3, please? 2. Okay, so I'm going to take them all out and then just let 7 fall naturally back into the container. Okay, so I've got my 2 dice. So should pile number 3 change careers? Okay. So interestingly, you've got this, what is it called? It's like a key, right? And it's, you wind something up with it. So it's like you've been building up to this situation for a while. It's like this has been building up, and now it's like time to snap and jump into action, because that's what the 8 of Fire is about, and that's where this dice landed. So it's like jumping into action, actually doing something. Maybe someone has been winding you up about this situation as well. Maybe they've been trying to get a reaction from you. They've been teasing you or bullying you in some way, putting you down. and now you're going to show them that you can actually do it, because I am feeling like you should change your career. I'm feeling like there's a lot of prosperity for you somewhere. And then you've also got this baseball bat. So this is like feeling a bit beaten down, like feeling like you're quite defensive about your situation. Like I said, people may have been expressing negative views about the situation. They've been saying like, oh, it's not going to work out, or you're crazy to want to do that, or have you thought about your children, it's going to change their lives, or it's going to upset your family, that sort of thing. And you've become quite defensive. You've had to fend off these opinions, or things that people are saying to you. It's also like you've become defensive in a way because you're afraid. So you're kind of having to argue with yourself in your mind about the situation. So that's what we're getting from the dice for you today. I hope this reading was helpful for you and that it resonated with you. Please let me know in the comments if it did. Group number 3, I feel like it's saying you should do it. You should overcome these fears, and that there is a lot of positivity waiting for you if you cross that bridge. Rather than just being afraid at the other side, looking over at what could be these beautiful trees, actually go out there and cross the bridge. So if you like this video, please leave me a like and a nice comment. It really helps the channel when you leave a like, so I know that you're enjoying the video. If you know a friend who's in a similar situation, maybe share the video with them as well. See if it has some answers and some truth for them. And do subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on any future videos that I post. If you want me to do more career and finance videos, then let me know. I can certainly add some more to my list, and feel free to suggest a pick a card question in the comments section. If you want to book a private reading, again, the link to my Etsy page is in the description box, and you can just go over there and do it very easily. If you would be interested in me adding the dice to my Etsy readings as an option that you can choose to add on if you want to, then let me know and I can do that. Can add those as an option on my page. If you want to help out this channel, help me to buy new decks, dice, props, etc., and in return get lots of cool rewards and exclusive content, then do go over to my Patreon page. Or if you just want to leave me a tip for this reading, a small donation, then click on the PayPal link. You can leave as much or as little as you'd like to, but anything that you leave will go back into the channel, into buying new stuff. So that would be very much appreciated. Thank you so much. And have a lovely day, group number 3. Please take on these messages as you move forward. Help it to really help you decide what you're going to do and inform your decisions. And it's been an honor to read your cards, as always. Thank you again for clicking on this video and helping me out, following me on this journey. So I will see you in another video, group number 3. Bye bye.